Okay, now the good thing I like about the Brzezinski Plate is it's got an intake side and a cylinder head side. Now we're going to go with the intake side. And of course it comes with the 2 dowel pins. We just take the dowel pins and put them in the end of the manifold. These locators also have an end that goes into the head. So you're going to get pretty much side to side in shape identical going from the head to the manifold with this. The only thing that it don't cover is if the heads have been milled a lot or something, you have to mill the side of the head, which lowers it down to get the square inside the head, which, you know, decking the block, milling the heads, all that stuff. You can run into that problem anyway. The plate will get the ports perfectly matched, and it makes the intake port about 30 thousandths smaller than the head port. But you still might have to mill the manifold, like I said, to bring it down. Alright, let's go ahead and put it on. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to bring her up, and let's get the camera over here and take a look at this so you can see it. Okay, wow. That is a serious amount of meat that's got to come out of this thing. But what I was wanting to show you is look at this ridge. You see where my pointer's at? That ridge is where it steps down 30 thousandths from here down. That's for the manifold, and this up is for the head. There's almost damn near 200 thousandths of meat right here. 200 there, about 100 to 125 there, and that's even. Then if we bring it over here and look, you can see we've got some meat here, none on the other side. Here's a good example right here. Let's take a look at this. Here's the other port. Look how the Brzezinski Plate goes in there and just lines that up. See, I got a bunch of meat there. There's actually hardly none right there. So having this plate to make it a perfect port alignment is very important. I'm going to go ahead and scribe the lines going to the inside line. I'm going to get that done, and we're going to come back and we're going to look at it, because like I said, you can't get the total port shape out of it. You'll bust the manifold, but I can come really close. Okay. Alright. This gives you a really good view of it right here. Let's look at some issues with this. First off, look how off-centered it is. Look on this port how small this one is compared to me, and then this one. Okay, so it's core shifted big time this way. Alright, now look how close I am right here. That's scary, and even way scary right here. So I can't go all the way to that line. I can bring her close, and I got to leave it a little bit of meat for sealing properties. Like I said, this manifold was not meant for a port that big, and impossible to make a 200 raised runner out of it. You just couldn't do it. That was the plan originally. I wanted to make a raised runner, but I didn't know this was the type manifold we was going to use until it got here. But still, we can still make this work and get it really close. Like I said, it is a dual plane. I want to go back pretty far to butcher it. So just wanted to show you that difference. See the plate, this side it's even more apparent. Look what we got going on here. The lines disappear because that port's already that shape. And look over here and over here. So it makes all the difference in the world. There's no way you can take it all the way out and go all the way through, because you'd bust through the walls. But I can do a hell of a thing with it. Like I said, I can usually get it within about 90%. Alright, so let's anchor this thing down and get to cutting and wipe this out. You can see, boy, it's quite a bit to dig and tear out right there, both here and here on the roof. Now I'm going to get over here and I'm going to let you watch me dig into this, especially on this side right here, and watch how much just has to come rolling out of here. Watch as I pull that in to the right and down. I notice I'll get almost there, then I begin the downward motion. To do one of these manifolds like this, and 1206 style time frame wise, it takes about 8 hours to really carve one of these up and get it correct. That's where I'm going. See, I'm going way far back. Ultimately, what you'd want to do is get the square of the head to where at the pinch point of the push rod, this shape is no smaller. That's how come I want to be able to get away with not getting 100% of this shape, because it ain't the shape in the head anyway. Okay, so let's get another side. Let me try to get you a little bit better angle. Alright, the same way on the bottom. We've turned it upside down and finished this up. Now see, I'm not going all the way to the corner. I'm leaving a little bit of room right there because I want to make sure he's got enough gasket bite. Just on the corners do I do that, where I want a little bit more meat, like here and here. I didn't go quite all the way in. Now here's a rough one here. This is one that comes and curves straight down, so you got to do a This is not a ProMaxx. This is a full intake manifold port, is what I call it. Got what I call my clover leaf. You can see what I mean. Both trenches on bottom and top done, which indicates I've set the depth of how far I'm going to go. Now, the next step, of course, I get my big egg and I'm going to go in here. Dad, blame it. Sorry, guys. I'm going to go in here and pull her down. Now, I get it close to level like that, then of course I take a couple of different tools that I have and go in here and do my measuring and setting it up, which I'm going to introduce a couple of tools I don't think I've ever showed you before on this that helps me with the radiuses and everything. So anyway, let's go ahead and go to the next step and come back. I'm going to go ahead and pull all the raw meat out and get her back and turn this into a